My husband wants a divorce because he claims he doesn't love me as much as I love him. My husband and I were on and off for over 6 years before getting pregnant with our son and getting married. We've been married for 2 years now. During our on and off years, I was always there for him through his hard times. My husband has always had a very difficult life. So these hard times included supporting him through school, helping him graduate, taking care of his dying father, and some trouble with the law. I love this man unconditionally and would honestly do anything for him. Every time we broke things off, I found that I could never feel the same way about another man. And I know that he knows nobody loves him as much as I do. But he claims now that he always loved me, but he says he loved someone in his past more than he loves me. He feels like he was forced into marriage because of the baby. Ever since we got married, he has been an amazing hands-on dad. We go out on date nights all the time. We still talk all the time. We roast each other and laugh together almost every single day, and we have sex all the time. We don't have any huge fundamental problems in our marriage. He feels now that it is unfair for him to hold me back from receiving the kind of love I deserve, and he doesn't want to expand our family as he is afraid of the collateral damage of his uneasy feelings. I'm devastated and I don't want to break my family apart, but at the same time, I don't want to limit myself from possibly receiving the kind of love I deserve. Not sure what I should do. Sounds like the baby was the reason you got married. Now that he got through the tough times, he wants to let go of a marriage he never wanted. Let him go. He maybe felt pressured to marry you when you became pregnant, and as he realized how much you love him, he married you. It sucks donkey balls, but this sounds like it. On and off relationships never work out. I'm sorry you're going through this. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be much room for interpretation with this one. He has clearly told you how he feels, not how he claims to feel. You both deserve to live your best lives, so does your child. Sounds like it's best to co-parent and move on as amicably as possible. Do you love anyone but your kids unconditionally? There should be conditions to your love. If someone expects to be loved unconditionally, ask what they expect to put you through. I'd say years of push and pull is a lot to put someone through. Leaving while you still care about him might make co-parenting less hateful, hate-fueled. Best wishes with the new baby. It's a variation of, it's not you, it's me, don't DTMFA, but couples therapy would be best. You deserve love. I'm worried this man doesn't have the distinctions leveled out between those highs of infatuation and the real-life slog of true love. He says he loves you. You didn't force him to marry, that was his choice. Boyfriend, 23. Says I'm victimizing myself, 23 female. So I just worked like 8 out of 7 days. Worked 4 a.m. 12 p.m. Thursday morning, then went in at 10 p.m. and got off at 6 this morning, 67 hours in total. It was all sprung on me last minute that I had to do it. I've also got lacerations on the roof of my mouth. I don't know why, and have been unable to eat without severe pain. I've eaten maybe 2 meals in 7 days. I'm also anemic and pretty frail for context, and none of this was mixing well with my mental or physical health. Anyway, today is my day off. Mind you, I got off at 6 a.m., and tomorrow is too. I brought my boyfriend breakfast and coffee and just really good happy energy in general. He left for work, then I fell asleep. He calls me while he's leaving work, wakes me up. Apologizes for waking me, asks me if I have tomorrow off, and I tell him yes. Great, then you can help me with chores today. I ask him if it can wait another day, tell him I'm tired, and then tell him why I'm tired, and he directly said I am victimizing myself. I don't understand how. I'm exhausted, and reasonably so. More work is the last thing I want to do right now. I don't even have the energy to hop on the computer and play some games. Anyway, he got all mad and left to go to the grocery store, and I'm just here feeling absolutely horrible. Have you seen a doctor? Your boyfriend is definitely being an insensitive jerk, but it sounds like you need to seek medical help and begin eating again. Hi. Doctor here. Please seek a medical evaluation. You're probably fine, but there are serious medical conditions that need to be ruled out. WTF, it's so shitty to wake you up, volunteer your time like that, without asking, and then reacting like that when you say you need rest with insults. You need rest. It isn't negotiable. He is a grown man and completely capable of cleaning by himself. Anemia is no joke, people die from it. I've been hospitalized several times from it. Skip the chores and get your iron checked. It's very serious if it goes on for long periods of time. I have worked an objectively very large amount on extremely little fuel. My body is physically exhausted. Him. First of all, How dare you? But seriously, he's a baby, WTF. Imagine if the roles were reversed, you would probably never treat him like this. He's not treating you like a person. Do you live together? No? Awesome. Go home and don't call him back. He's the one that should be helping you out right now. Less than 3. Fathers disowned me 2 months before my wedding that he's paying for. I'll try to keep it short and sweet. Around 10 years ago my 26 female dad, 65 cheated on my mum, 61 while he was out of the country. He got married without my mum, his wife at the time, knowing, and sprung it on her and his whole family of 9 children. It was heartbreaking because it was definitely a part of a midlife crisis where he was telling us his wife and his children weren't enough and he'd always want more. If that's your vibe. I was around 15 then and now I'm 26. After what my father said, I never truly took it to heart. After reassuring my mother and caring for her later on with her encouragement, I began a relationship with my father again. We've maintained a happy relationship and we're close, but he's moved his wife into the same country as us. I don't have anything against her to be honest, but I would just like to not associate with her. The reason for this isn't malicious. My mum is sensitive to me seeing her and she asked me not to. I personally also don't want a relationship with her or to see her because why should I? My dad has turned to me only 2 months before my wedding to tell me he's disowning me if I don't go to his house and pay him respect, basically, except his wife. That I'm extremely disrespectful for not having accepted her already and that he's done with me. That in itself destroyed me, but to go a step further, he promised to help me pay for my wedding months ago, and it seems a little strategic that he's going to disown me before the last half of the wedding needs to be paid off when he knew I haven't prepared the funds to cover it myself. It feels like he's trying to attach puppet strings and get me to do what he wants so he can brag to all of his friends how his children accept his relationship. Should I go to his house and kiss the ring, or should I pull the wedding altogether? I don't know what your pride levels are, but I would probably cancel the wedding and cut off my father. However, if you are a bigger person and less prideful than me, maybe you should kiss the ring. However, I'd be worried he's trying to back out of paying and will find another reason not to pay even after you humiliate yourself. Tough one. You could kiss the ring, get your wedding paid for and unkiss the ring, and then uninvite him to the wedding. Or you can elope and avoid him having control over your wedding to force you to accept his wife. You will also be forced to invite her to your wedding if he is paying, so I would lean towards elopement. If your dad is trying to get out of paying for your wedding, which is exactly what it sounds like, no matter how well you go over there and grovel, he's going to keep finding things that are disrespectful, that need to be corrected, or else he'll disown you and eventually, he'll find a line you won't cross and decide not to pay after you've already done all that bullshit for him. Just because he owes you doesn't mean he'll ever actually pay up. But I would tell anyone who asks exactly why your wedding isn't proceeding as planned. You might be surprised how much help shows up when your family hears that your dad backed out of paying on extremely short notice. If this was me, I would go make nice, get your wedding, because he owes you, and then the second the wedding is over give him the middle finger and never talk to him again. Even if you going there and kiss the ring, it's highly probable that the next step of your DOS be, invite my wife at wedding, or I disown you. Think in that. Cancel the big event. Send out cards stating why. That your father has decided to hold the remainder of your wedding fees hostage unless you acknowledge his polygamist mate. That you refuse to disrespect your mother the way he has and therefore the festivities will be cancelled. Send this uninvite to your father before doing anything else and give him a chance to be decent. Otherwise plan a smaller affair and disengage his pseudo-family from everything. GF got lip fillers and IDK how to feel. My girlfriend, 18F, got lip filler done recently. She FaceTimed me, 20M. And I can't lie, I genuinely just wasn't attracted to it. We've been together for a year and I love her so much, we've planned a lot of our life together, but this is really an ick for me. She would always tell me that it was gonna happen and I always brushed it off, but now that's it's happened, it's kinda a deal breaker. Plus her mother is a Botox queen, so she's heavily influenced by Thats, so I know this won't be the last of it. Any help appreciated. I would give it a few more days. The first day lips are swollen so it can look weird. Source. I've had lip fillers. It shocks me a bit when people get surgery or fillers when they turn 18, too many beauty standards nowadays. Like other people said though, they should go down, however if you don't like the look or feel still then it's gonna be a deal breaker. Bear in mind that if she FaceTimed you when it was first done it is severely swollen. This will take about 2 days to go down. So it might not be as bad as you think. If this isn't the case however and it is really an issue, if I could suggest anything I say you just talk to her about it. You can't control what she does with her body but you can have an opinion. If she doesn't take heed of your opinion then you do what you feel is right king. Keep in mind that how they look now is not how they will look in 2 weeks. They've only just been done so right now they are really swollen and bruised. Once they settle, they should look a lot better and more natural. Source: I have been getting lip filler for 10+ years and my mum still doesn't have a clue. She'd be the first to call me out if she noticed. I just avoid her immediately after they're done. I have known several people who have broken up because of filler. They didn't like the look or the feel of it when they would kiss. I mean, if that's something you're not attracted to then you can't control what you're attracted to. Not saying it's the girlfriend's fault. I mean, with her mom's influence and social media influencers these days I'm not surprised, but getting lip fillers at 18 is ridiculous. Did she say she wants to get more procedures done? Like, does she want to get Botox too like her mom? Because this can spiral into her getting more procedures done, which in turn will likely not help her feel better about her appearance, especially since she is only 18 and is still maturing, growing into her looks anyway. I would say think about it and figure out if you want to be with someone like this, and if not then it's best to end it.